So it seems like Adin isn't actually done with Kick after all. So in the last episode of our saga over here, Adin Ross was actually threatening to leave Kick in order to go back to Twitch. This came the same night Your Rage decided he was going back to Twitch. And I'm not gonna lie, to me, that night, Kick died. Little bit hyperbolic there. I don't think Kick was just gonna shut down overnight, but I do think, you know, if things went the way that they did, it still might. We'll get into it. That was gonna be the point as to which we say, yeah, this is where Kick really started falling downhill. But here we are a couple days after Christmas, and Adin Ross is back on Kick, streaming with Drizzy Drake, the Sixth God, Champagne Poppy, the Chosen. Nah, let me stop glazing.
No, we're glazing tonight. We are?
And this was a very big stream. I vaguely tuned in. I believe they peaked at like 160, 170K. This is one of the top 3 biggest streamers in the world, streaming with one of the top 3 biggest rappers in the world. It was bound to pull numbers, and it definitely did. Now, apparently to Adin, this isn't his official comeback to Kick. This was a stream that was streamed on Drake's Kick account. His comeback stream is actually going to come at some point next week. But nevertheless, all signs are pointing to the fact that Adin Ross is not going to be leaving Kick, maybe sometime soon, but at least in the near future, he is going to stay on Kick. So the question is, why did Adin decide to do this, and what happened to him leaving Kick for Twitch? So to me, the timeline start when Kick CEO Eddie streamed essentially a Kick community town hall featuring Adin Ross. This was pretty anticipated. This came about a week and some change after Adin announced that he was trying to leave Kick. This was being marketed as the final conversation between Eddie and Adin, and essentially Eddie asked him straight up, "What you doing next?" And this is what Adin had to say.
I don't know, bro. Maybe Twitch. Ooh, that hurt your heart, didn't it? I love it. Nah, we'll see, bro. Obviously, you know, look, I'll be real. I'm doing brand risk on Kick. Eddie, you've been nothing but so right to me as a partner in this shit, and you're great, bro. And you believe in brand risk, and I know you want to see this shit go to the moon. I think we'll make something so big out of this, bro. Leave it with me. Leave it with Tav. Leave it with the people that are gonna make this shit the next level. And we're gonna do brand risk on Kick on 1,000,000%, no matter what. Brand risk will be on Kick.
So what I got from that was Adin still isn't 100% back on Kick, but he is specifically gonna stream a specific series on Kick. This is something that Rage also talked about during his first stream back on Twitch. This concept of, hey, I'm gonna be full-time streaming on Twitch, but I am thinking of doing a podcast, and if Eddie, you know, you wanna throw me a bag, I can stream the podcast on Kick.
I don't want to be done with Kick completely. Can I tell you my idea? I've always wanted to do a podcast, bro. Like a real podcast. I'm not talking about Discord, no, like a real podcast, bro. Would you be tight if I started a podcast? My proposition to Eddie was, I'm going back to Twitch, my boy. Ain't nothing you can say or do. I don't give a fuck if you threw how much money in my face. Appreciate you, game, but can't do it. I'll exclusively stream my podcast on your shit. Cause whether or not Kick or not, I'm starting a podcast. It would be an honor to do it on Kick. I told him that, and I'm awaiting his response.
I do think the concept of certain series being exclusive to certain platforms is very interesting, to be honest with you. We're kind of, sort of, maybe even just straight up actually seeing it happen with Mr. Beast and Beast Games, right? This idea that a specific series is going to be funded by another platform with a bag to throw at a specific creator. But with the notion of, hey man, my home is still YouTube. In the case of Rage and possibly Adin, hey, my home is still Twitch, but we can work something out for this specific series to be on your platform. And another thing that I got from that conversation is that Adin renegotiated a new contract under his terms. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like ultimately Adin was open to staying on Kick. The math just had the math. It sounded like Adin put a lot of pressure on the company to meet him at his number, and he got to his number. Because let's keep it a stack, Adin's value to that company is huge. It just is. Now, Kick is a big enough streaming platform to say, hey man, Adin isn't the only streamer on the platform, man. He doesn't have that much power. And that's fair to say, but I do think realistically, and this goes with any company, but I specifically want to key in on media companies with a bunch of different little umbrellas under their big umbrella. A lot of the revenue being generated by these small companies, these small media companies, truly do just come from a very small percentage of their creators. I will say, to give Kick credit here, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of situations in life where if you want real change, you gotta put real pressure on the thing that you want change on. I ain't gonna lie. Complaining from afar just may not be enough in certain cases. Like, you gotta put real pressure. And I do think what Adin and Rage have done to Kick is put that pressure on. Because what they said was, yo, if y'all don't start teeing up, we will, like, matter of fact, I'm leaving. I'm gonna publicly announce that I am going to leave if things don't change. In the case of Rage, fuck this, I've been waiting long enough. I'm actually just leaving at this point, fuck it. Which to me is so interesting because the idea of Kick was birthed from disgruntled streamers. And because of all this pressure on Kick, I do think two big things have happened. One, Adin got the deal that he wanted. And two, I don't know if y'all been keeping up, but Kick has actually rolled out some pretty big updates to their actual product. One is announcing the chat celebrations feature, and the second one is announcing that Kick is now on TV, a feature that's been heavily requested over these last 2 years. And I understand I've been shitting on Kick all year, but ultimately I do think this is a good thing right here. I think because of the competition in the marketplace throughout these last couple of years, Twitch has become a better product, and I think the pressure that's been put on Kick over these last couple of weeks has made Kick a better product. And when companies are making better products, who wins at the end of the day? You, me, the consumer. Now, do I think Kick is now saved that Adin is coming back? No, I do not think that at all. I think there's bigger structural issues that Kick needs to address that Adin just being there isn't gonna solve. So there's still a couple of fundamental things wrong with Kick that they just need to fix. One is, you can still throw bags to the likes of an XQC, to the likes of an Adin, but what about the rest of the platform? What about the streamer that's averaging 400 to 1,000, hell, maybe even less amount of live concurrent viewers? How is that creator gonna make money? Because y'all obviously can't throw guaranteed bags at those guys. And as I mentioned prior, that 95-5 split can only carry so much. There's a very interesting video that Moist Critical recently put out comparing Twitch and YouTube, and as high as I've been on how Twitch's monetization is right now, there is an argument that YouTube's monetization is even better than Twitch. Twitch is better at making money while you're live, but in terms of making money after the live happens, YouTube is killing it.
Because this Starfield video actually made $84,000. 84,000 doubloons for a 4-hour stream just playing mid-poop-ass Starfield. The actual, like, this was like an insomnia, try not to fall asleep challenge, basically. $84,000. And it's not because the 31,000 viewers all of a sudden just started, buying memberships or donating tons and tons of money. This wasn't like the biggest documented case of credit card fraud and money laundering that the internet's ever seen. In fact, the live stream itself made $1.6K on ads, and the other $78,000 came from the VOD and the ads that played during a VOD. Now, the membership number there, the 2.4K, a lot of those memberships were just from people watching the VOD and then buying a membership, not them doing it while it was live. Also, the supers and gifts, I'm pretty sure that is live. So you can add the 1.6K plus the 1.6K on the supers, so the 1.6K from the live ads plus the super chats. And let's just go ahead and be generous and say, like, the live stream, while it was live, made 4K. The other $80,000 came from the VOD.
But with Kick, you're not making money after you stream. You're not making as much money while you stream. What is Kick offering to other streamers in order to make Kick a better streaming experience for everyone else? If Kick is supposed to be the new Twitch, if Kick is supposed to be Twitch but better, what are they doing to provide better monetization options for the rest of the platform? Not just Adin, not just XQC, not just Amaranth, everyone else. Another thing that they just need to figure out is their TOS. That is one thing Adin and Neon have deliberately been calling out Kick for over these last couple of weeks, and I'm not necessarily saying that they need to roll back their TOS. They just need to stand firm on what it is. They need to stand firm on what this platform truly is. Is this supposed to be a less regulated platform than Twitch? Or is this just supposed to be Twitch, but with better features and a better streaming experience? Because I do think they can create a very unique space within the streaming world, but just being Twitch with no TOS, that's not the answer. I'm sorry, that's not the answer. It's not sustainable, it's not reliable. You're gonna find out the hard way that you're gonna need a strong TOS regardless of what you do, because you just can't allow porn on your website. You just blatantly can't allow people to say racist shit on your platform. Like, that's not the solution here. And then also, I don't have the solution to this, but they have to bring something truly new to the streaming game. I think that we're onto something in the beginning, figuring out what are streamers' pain points, what are things that they are looking for, and how can they provide a solution. But I think the way they address these pain points, the solutions to them just were not it. The things that creators are looking for isn't necessarily just a better subsplit. People are looking for either one, a overall better monetization method, or two, a way to get their streams discovered better. And what Kick did was just 95-5 split. Like, no, monetizing content is much more than just adding a 95-5 split to fan-funded revenue. Like, it just is. And then in terms of discoverability, Twitch has been horrible with that. And for Kick to just say, all right, we're just cloning their method, I don't think that was the answer. I think even in that conversation, Twitch has innovated more, because a couple months ago, I got an update on my phone where Twitch essentially became this big ass live stream for you page. And while I wasn't a fan of how they implemented that, and while I honestly saw firsthand how that doesn't really work for live streaming specifically, it at the very least was an attempt to address a problem within the space. Kick has just been playing catch up. They just added chat anniversaries. They just added a TV app. Like, this is where they're at. So again, I don't necessarily have the solution to what that new innovation is gonna be. That is why Kick and their developers and their CEO gets paid millions, if not billions of dollars. So, hey, if y'all want my solutions, give me my bag, all right? Do I think this is a good move for Adin? I think ultimately it's just up to what Adin wants. If Adin just flat out wants to make the most money, that is probably staying on Kick. But if Adin wants to grow his brand and reach his full potential, I don't think that's staying on Kick. I'ma just keep it a stack. I don't want to glaze Kai and Speed in this case, but Adin literally just had Drake on a stream and they only peaked at 160K. Like, come on, bro. Come on. If that same stream happened on Twitch, if that same stream happened on YouTube, that's probably reaching close to 1 million. I'ma just keep it a stack, bro. I do wonder in the long run if Adin is making a mistake taking the short-term bag. And I can't even say it's a short-term bag because he's making generational money, but hear me out. I do think in the entertainment industry, I have this theory that ultimately what is gonna generate you the most money is just getting the most eyeballs on whatever you're doing. The money will just come along with it however it wants to come. But the ability to go to these brands, to go to these platforms and say, yo, I am getting 100 million eyeballs on my shit. How can you benefit from it? Ultimately, the money is just gonna come. I think that's a reason why Kick wanted to partner up with Adin in the first place, is Adin's ability to say, yo, I can bring 5 million, 10 million people to your platform. But I think Adin specifically saying, yo, I am not going to stream where other streamers are at. Yo, I'm gonna stream on this off platform, is inherently capping off the potential of his streams and the potential of his content. And I think where Adin is at, similar to Rage, but honestly to a more extreme degree, I don't think Adin is fiending for money. He doesn't need more money. And maybe this is just how I operate, and maybe I'm making the mistake right. For me, when I reach a certain threshold of money, I say to myself, all right, I'm making enough money. I now have the freedom, the choice to prioritize other things. So if I'm Adin and I already got the bag, right? I already got generational money. I can retire right now, but I still want to continue streaming. I still want to grow my brand. Why not prioritize a better streaming experience for you and your viewers? Why not prioritize streaming on a platform that can grow your brand more and get you more eyeballs, even if it means taking less money? Because again, that is the luxury that you have being as rich as you are, is to prioritize the other things in life. But I guess it just shows where Adin's head is at. He is just about the bag. I honestly don't blame him if we're talking about 20, 30, 40 M's, but maybe that's just where his head's at. But with that being said, let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comment section down below, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.